second substantial allocation goes to the support to infrastructure projects and social programs, which we call SIPSIP for short. This accounts for 25.5%. The 2023 unprogrammed allocation, 149.7 billion pesos. We wish to emphasize, Mr. Chair, that the SIPSIP corresponds to the corresponds to projects which at this point has not been identified. Next slide. Presented on this slide is the status of releases from the unprogrammed fund as of August 31, 2022. Out of the 251.64 billion pesos, total allotments released to various implementing agencies amount to 178.94 billion pesos. This includes the 139.22 billion pesos support to foreign assisted projects.
Do we have any other fund appropriation in the budget which behaves this way, the same way as the NTF-LCAC fund? In the sense that details or not all the details, not complete details have been identified.
Yes, Mr. Chair, it's the LGSF-FA. Contingent Fund, ano pa, miscellaneous, PGF, SIPSIP.
Kaya nga, doon nga ako nakatisa. Pinangalan nyo talaga yan ng SIPSIP para makuha yung atensyon namin, di ba? Ano, Mr. Chairman, talagang pinangalan nila yun para makuha atensyon natin at magtanong tayo tungkol doon. Tama yan, tama yung sagot. I was expecting nakasama talaga yan. Pag hindi mo sinama sa sagot mo yun, talaga yung tatanungin ko bakit hindi mo sinama eh.
Mr. Chair,
Okay. Yes.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Could you say what the SIPSIP program is? Because Senator Legarda was not here when you did your presentation earlier. So please explain this brilliantly named new program.
No, it's not, Mr. Chair, Your Honor. SIPSIP, we call it SIPSIP for short. It's support to infrastructure and social programs under the unprogrammed. In fairness to this fund, it was created way back during the time of PGMA, when the resources were tight and the appropriations were not always available.
SIPSIP na yung pangalan nun?
Naging SIPSIP na.
Okay. So nabuhay ulit yung SIPSIP.
Every year. It's good to ask because I don't think it was in your presentation that it was dated PGMA's time. And it's not a newly created fund under this administration, under this new secretary. Just to make it clear, not
Yes.
even under President Duterte.
Yes.
It was President Arroyo's time yet. Okay, it's good to ask so that it's taken into context because we are seen worldwide and it might be misunderstood that your newly confirmed secretary or this new group has a SIPSIP fund. It does not sound good.
Yes.
May I make a manifestation, Mr. Chair, that the communications experts in DBM change the acronym of this important fund because it's a special infrastructure fund and for socio-economic needs.
Mas maliit siya nung panahon ni GMA.
That's so
So palitan
important.
niyo daw yung SIPSIP, gawin yung higop kasi malaki na daw ngayon. Higop na daw hindi na
But
SIPSIP.
seriously speaking, it's very important. Special infrastructure, socio-economic. Mahalaga yan sa unprogrammed. Ibahin lang nyo yung acronym. We can be more creative so that there's no misunderstanding also. Kaya nyo yan. Sige.
Sige, ma'am.
Yeah, back to the minority leaders this time. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Anyway, kahit ibang pangalan nyo dyan, kahit gawin yung multiple of 9 ang name ng project na yan, may tatanong din pa naman ako dyan eh. Talaga naman tatanungin ko yan kahit anong name, madam. Kahit multiple of 9 pa ang pangalan nito. Anyway, ganito.
But we consider the contingent fund as a sort of a fund that is for unexpected and new and urgent, and it requires the approval also of the President. So, very seldom namin, parang last resort na po rin namin ginagamit ang contingent fund because we know it's a lump sum. So, we try to avoid having lump sums under the program of the budget, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay, talagang kailangan natin ng department talaga ng DBM to teach us eh. You try to avoid lump sums in the program part of the budget. Do you also try it in the unprogrammed part of the budget? Try to avoid it?
As much as possible, Your Honor, we really do not want to have lump sums because we are under the magnifying glass of international public finance practitioners. And it does not look good if we really have substantial amounts for the unprogrammed as well as the programmed amount, if it is lump sums. Public finance manager, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, I would agree with you, Mr. Chair, that as much as possible, we don't want to have special purpose funds or even lump sums in the various agencies.
Kasi ma'am, ganito, Mr. Chairman, ano na lang, last point na lang, sa pang-plenary na lang yung iba kasi marami nakahintay. Kasi nung tinanong ko yung DOTR sa 380 billion nila, what are the details? Sagot sila eh. In-enumerate nga namin, nakasagot sila sa details nila. And I will check, I'm sure naka-annex yun. But this particular one, this SIPSIP program, there are no details or annex that we can show. Okay, so para sa klaro yun. And who administers this fund? At least pag nung tinanong ko yung DTR, 380 billion, kayo mag-administer yan. Sabi nila, yes. Dito po, sino po mag-administer ng fund na ito? Let us assume that one of the three conditions are met and the amount is there. Who
Kanino kasi SIPSIP para ma-access mo yung
para
fund?
ma-access mo yung fund?
Presidente sa OP.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, DBM is actually administering the fund. But once it is approved, the purpose is approved by the President, then that's the only time that DBM releases it. And after that, subsequent to that, the one who administers it would be the agency which is implementing the project.
Sige, basta one final observation, Mr. Chairman. As of the moment, hindi pa naman natin pinapasa, parang kulang sa detalye. That's my personal opinion. It lacks details. And in the presentation yata, admittedly, maybe we can quote you, the details of which had not been identified. Sina na mismo nag-volunteer pa ng information. So, marami pa po ako sanang gustong tanungin, but time is limited.
We can have a second round, Minority Leader.
Atol si Senator Tulfo, tinitignan ko yung mukha niya, mukhang gutom na rin to. Kaya,
Tatanong ko mukhang magtatanong.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the first round.
Thank you, Minority Leader. Ako, I can understand the need for flexibility, pero tama si Senator Pimentel. As much as possible, maybe including the following, yung binanggit yung project, so we can place it there para hindi masyadong, you yourself said, as a public finance practice, it's better to specify. So, the next to ask is Senator Raffy Tulfo, sir. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, pinapadala niyo po siya ng sulat. Sige, granting totoo ng isang sabi niyo. Meron ba kayong receipt copy?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Then can you provide me with a receipt copy para
Yes,
babalikan
Mr.
ko si
Chair.
Administrator Ignacio tungkol dyan?
Opo, pagkatapos po nun, meron ho kaming tinatawag na hearing within DBM, it's internal to DBM, where we call it the hearit period.
The what period mo?
Hearit.
Anong hirit?
Wala po kasing English yun eh.
Okay. Okay.
Wala po
Sige.
English kasi yung
Kanina, sip-sip, ngayon, hirit naman. Kaya nag-sip-sip ka muna bago ka makahirit.
internal to DBM yan.
Okay, sige.
Internal to DBM yan.
Yung dirit, ano ba
Pag mo yung birit. Hina-hina lang ha, baka mamaya mapunta tayo kung saan.
Sirit.
Okay, sirit, okay pa.
So, internal to DBM, and that's what we call it. That is the period when agencies request for reconsideration, realignment of their levels. And if the fiscal space allows it, binibigay po yan.